ルーツ牛乳フラペチーノ。
はい、フルーツ牛乳フラペチーノですね。
はい、これは小さいのあるんですか？あ、ないか。
鬼通る。
じゃあそれ一つに、
はい、
それからですね。あ、じゃあそれ2つください。
お2つですね。
はい。
Very fruity. It's like a smoothie. There's no coffee about that.
You and I move from state to state, either deliberately, by knowing what we are doing, or unintentionally, by falling into a state as we read the headlines of the paper, listen to the radio, or watch TV tonight. And although you may know none of the facts, if you accept what is said, you will fall into a state and buy things you do not need. You will fill your house with all kinds of trivial things that you have no room for because imagination is operating. From Neville Goddard's 1967 lecture, A Movement Within Mind. So basically Neville is telling you, use your imagination, or something that seems on the outside will use it for you. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because that is what will help you to awake and to actively use your imagination, and thus nothing on the seeming outside can touch you. You are the master. You are always the master. You simply fell asleep, and you are hearing this to remind you to wake up.
A banana sandwich. Popcorn cereal. Popcorn granola cereal. Ooh, candy. Ooh, it's gooey.
And remember, you have done nothing wrong. Neville goes on to say, it was an adventure, and without adventure, what is life? If someone left you $1 billion so you could be cushioned for the rest of your life here, they would be robbing you of your creative adventure. So Neville is basically saying, yes, we could go through life in a sense in a God mode, where everything is easy. And if you were simply born with a silver spoon, how would you ever come to know the power of your imagination and what you are, beyond the temporary, limited body and the mind? How else will you wake as God? My brother Victor learned how to move into riches when he had nothing, living on borrowed money and trying to operate a little shop on a side street. Victor would stand before one of the largest buildings in the island and see J.R. Goddard and Sons on the marquee, rather than the existing F.N. Roach and Company. This he did every day until the idea was fixed in his mind's eye. 2 years later, the business failed. You may think that was wrong, but nothing is wrong in God's name. We ate of the tree of millennium and fell into right and wrong. When the building was put up for sale, a man we hardly knew bought it from my brother, and the sign was changed from F.N. Roach and Company to J.N. Goddard and Sons. What did my brother do? He moved his imagination. He had no money when he purchased the building in 1922. Now in 1967, I don't think you could buy the family out for $25 million. I own 10% of the stock, but I do not know its value. I came here to tell you not how to make money, but how to operate the law of identical harvest, so that if everything is taken from you tonight, you can rebuild it tomorrow. Do you have a deep wish that you imagine for every day, even just for a few moments, like Neville's brother did? Remember, once you get a heartfelt wish, it will be worth it.
Coffee jelly, huh?
And in closing, Neville says, if one fails to bring their dream into being and becomes embittered, I say to myself, how often must I tell them? 70 times 7. What Neville means by this is as many times as it takes. No matter how many times it takes, he will remind people of these mystical truths. And the same goes for you. Persist. 70 times 7, as long as it takes. Now, let us go into the silence.
Oh, about $45. About $20 or so a pop. You can see the cooks. You can see the chef.